The Renault Austral brings cool tech, a stylish design and a new self-charging hybrid engine, but it's a shame there's no plug-in option. The Renault Austral is a mid-sized SUV that's hoping to grab your attention with smart, modern styling, an efficient hybrid engine and some cool onboard technology. It's similar to the Nissan Qashqai and is an alternative to a bazillion other similar family cars, from the Mini Countryman and Volkswagen Tiguan to the Kia Sportage and Peugeot 3008. If you're wondering why you've never heard of the Austral before, it's because it's new to the Renault lineup, replacing the Kadjar. It's a bit like when Matchbox changed its name to Tinder. It's a similar product with a similar audience, but with a fresh look that will hopefully make it more appealing. This family SUV manages to be chunky and muscular while also looking sophisticated and elegant. Details, such as the C-shaped LED headlights that are mimicked and exaggerated at the rear, are nice touches. Inside, it's much more high-tech than the car it replaces, thanks to a portrait infotainment screen and a large instrument display behind the wheel. There's also a head-up display so you don't have to take your eyes off the road, and some built-in Google services such as Maps and Voice Assistant. The Renault Austral should be fairly practical as well as pretty, thanks to a middling amount of boot space. At 555 litres it's more capacious than a Qashqai, but some way behind the Sportage and Tiguan. Where it should see an advantage over those cars, their plug-in versions aside, is fuel costs. There might be just the one hybrid engine, but it promises low CO2 emissions of 105 grams/km and fuel economy of about 60 miles per gallon. It only has a small battery, but Renault reckons 80% of urban driving time can be completed on electric power without calling on the 1.2-litre petrol engine. That might be the only engine option, but it does at least come with 3 choices of trim. The entry-level Techno gets matrix LED headlights that will improve visibility at night, and 360-degree parking cameras to help avoid curbing the 19-inch alloy wheels. Techno Esprit Alpine adds 20-inch alloys and some Alcantara upholstery for the heated seats. The steering wheel is heated, too, while adaptive cruise control should make long motorway journeys less tiresome. Iconic Esprit Alpine sits at the top of the range and gets 4-wheel steering to make town driving easier, as well as wireless phone charging, a panoramic sunroof and fancy Harman Kardon sound system. The Austral range opens with the Techno trim, which sports some impressive equipment. You get 19-inch alloy wheels to fill the arches, matrix LED headlights up front and LED lights at the rear, parking sensors with a rear-view camera, and a keycard for hands-free entry. The middle of 3 specs, Techno Esprit Alpine brings 20-inch alloy wheels and some sporty details, such as Alcantara upholstery with blue stitching. Extra kit includes heated seats and steering wheel, electrically adjustable front seats with massage function, and adaptive cruise control are also added to the standard list. The top-of-the-range trim adds a few choice extras, with the highlight being the fancy Harman Kardon sound system. Other upgrades include a 360-degree parking camera, 4-wheel steering for improved agility in town, panoramic sunroof, and a wireless charging pad. The dash is based around 2 12.0-inch screens, one in landscape orientation behind the wheel for driver information and a portrait infotainment touchscreen in the center, canted towards the driver. The center console gets 2 rather deep-set cup holders and a strange sliding handrest. Renault says you can rest your wrist here while using the touchscreen. The car runs Google's Android Automotive software, which brings a variety of apps as well as baked-in Google Maps and Google's Voice Assistant. Material quality seems high without too many creaks or rattles, and space for rear seat passengers is impressive, even headroom under the vast panoramic sunroof. That car starts from around £35,000, but if you want all the bells and whistles that'll come standard on the Renault, it's more equivalent to a near £40,000 GT Line S Sportage. It's not a bad effort, though, and feels significantly more upmarket than the Kadjar it replaces. The hybrid system's finally at a point where it complements the car instead of ruining it, and the interior is a particularly pleasant place to sit.